All right, today I'm going to change the strings on my Rickenbacker 360, and because it has this removable tailpiece, there's a little bit something special that I'm going to be doing, which involves some masking tape. But there's the strings, and there's all the materials that I'm going to use. I'm going to polish the frets while I have the strings off, and I'll show you the finished product and a couple of the steps along the way in a moment. Okay, so all the strings are now removed, and all we have to do is take the tailpiece off. So to do that, you just pull back on it. It latches right here, and this is how the strings go in. Pretty straightforward. So let's go ahead and get the next step done. Okay, you will need a small Phillips head screwdriver to remove the bridge cover. And once you remove the two screws, the bridge cover comes right off. There's the strings. Now, this is a removable bridge, so it just lifts right off of here. So make sure that you don't lose any of the hardware and it doesn't fall off on the floor. So after I remove the strings, I just roll them up and I recycle them since they're metal. So this tailpiece had a lot of fingerprints and stuff on it, and my polishing cloth wasn't removing them. So either use a little bit of chrome cleaner or some soap and water, and it came right off and shined right up. It's pretty hard to see, but I am polishing the frets, and the one that you see in the middle, that's not done yet, but the ones to the left are done. And the thing I noticed, this is the first time I've changed the strings on this Rickenbacker, and when they dressed the frets at the factory, they actually, it looks like they filed flat spots on the frets. Maybe for the action, I don't know, it's the first time I've ever seen that. All right, so the frets are all polished up. I don't know if you can tell. I'll let the light kind of shine on it here. And it's kind of amazing. I don't know, I'm never going to be able to get a real good picture here, but the frets were kind of covered with, I don't know if it's the lacquer from the fretboard, but there is definitely some kind of coating on them. So this should make the bends a lot easier now. So don't forget, when you're putting this strings on here, when I show you the little hack, when I flip this upside down, the low E string is going to go here and the high E here, because when you flip it over, that's how it has to be. And just so you know, I'm putting a set of Ernie ball custom gauge 10 strings on here. They're nickel bound, so it's 10 to 46. All right, so the little trick here is I put all the strings on first, then I'm going to take a piece of masking tape and just put it right here across. I'll show you in a second. All right, so the masking tape is in place, and notice I have a capo. You'll see why in a minute. As you can see, the strings are not attached here, and I use a capo to hold the strings because that will prevent the tailpiece from falling off. Next step, line the strings up with a bridge through the nut and wind them. All right, so I have two strings replaced now on the tuning pegs. So make sure when you do this that you get the string on the bridge in the proper spot So some of these smaller strings tend to move over. So you're going to have to make sure that those are in place as you begin to string the string up here. Okay, so all the strings are installed now. All I have to do is tune it and then clip the strings. This is showing the bridge. Everything is set on the bridge. Then there's this. I just have to remove this tape. So I'll figure out how to get that off and we'll take care of it. One note of caution, make sure that you do not lose those screws for the bridge cover, because you'll have to buy new ones from Rickenbacker. So here's the bridge with the masking tape removed, the tail piece. All right, coming up here, it's semi in tune. Just have to clip these strings and then do the final string stretching and final tune, and then we're good to go. Thanks for watching.